Hi, Aquarius. Thanks for joining me today and allowing me to read your cards. I appreciate you being here. Good to see y'all. This is going to be your weekly reading for February 24th, 2023. Okay. So if you're here as an Aquarius, want to be an Aquarius, crotch watching for an Aquarius, welcome to the channel. While you're here, I'd love it if you could hit the subscribe button. I'd so appreciate it. It's super, super important to help the channel, and it don't cost you nothing. It's not going to spam you or nothing crazy like that. If you need a personal reading, you know how to reach me. Use the link in the description box below to go directly to my website and book that. No, I will not seek you out for a reading. Won't do it. Okay, Aquarius, I'm going to pull 4 cards for your overall spread, and then I'm going to pull 1 card from the bottom of the deck for your overarching energy. I'll clarify each of those with a separate deck. See if we can't get you as much information as possible. Also, just FYI, my style is whatever energy for the collective Aquarius is today that needs to come out is what will come out. I don't force the cards to tell me, is this a love story, a career, or whatever. No. It's just whatever needs to be here today. Strongest messages coming through, okay? Again, if you need something more specific, you know what to do. All right, Aquarius, I've given it a good shuffle up before we even got started, so let's get going with your reading. Just going to pull 4 cards for you here. And 1 from the bottom of the deck, okay? Here we go. Ooh, a little bit jumpy on this. If we could just get them individual, that'd be great. Okay, there's 1. Get the Page of Swords reverse that wanted to come out. There's the 8 of Pentacles. I will pull the camera down also in a minute here once I get these out so that you'll have a view. Okay. Oh, I thought that one was going to come, but nope, there it goes. Okay. Bottom of the deck is the Death card. All right, just going to pull that. Okay, let's see what we've got going on here. Good. Okay, Aquarius, I'm going to pull the camera down now so that you have a better view of the cards. I am going to turn the cards around for you so you can see them directly from your perspective. When I get to clarifying them, I'll pull them back to my position so that it's easier for me to move through them as I clarify, okay? But don't worry, you'll see them all as they come out. So let's take a look. Hopefully you can see that okay. And then what I'm going to do is just flip them around so you can see hopefully the image is a little bit clearer here. You had the Page of Swords in the reverse, the 8 of Pentacles in the upright. You got the 9 of Wands in the reverse. You got the 4 of Cups in the upright. And then you've got the Death card also, which came out for you in the upright. So as your overarching energy here. Aquarius, what do we got going on here? It's looking like you are studying something. You're also very aware that whatever you're looking into or studying, there's a little bit of caution here for you. I can see this with the Page of Swords here in the upright. I'm sorry for you in the reverse. There's a little bit of caution here. I don't know necessarily that you're willing to perhaps disclose all the things that you are doing or focusing or working on just yet. You seem to be wanting to sort of keep it on the down low or the hush hush. I don't know necessarily that with the 9 of Wands here in the reverse that you're trusting the circumstance or perhaps even the people that you're dealing with fully. And I only say that because, you know, in this card, and I'll just hold it in the upright for a minute, you can see that this person's looking a little bit suspicious here at their surroundings. They are in sort of a forward motion energy with the wands, the fire energy happening here, but they're holding back just a little bit and sort of surveying the land. I think in the reverse, however, you are coming from a place, right? As you work on something here, you're coming from a place of history. There's history here, some sort of events, some sort of activities, group endeavors, whatever, where there's history, where perhaps you got a little beat up, banged up, doing something similar in the past. It may not be that you're in the same environment or even working with the same people, but I think your experience level has taught you, be careful. You are looking at this opportunity, right? Sitting under this tree, looking at the cups in front as well as one that's being offered to you, and you're really eyeing it and sizing it up. Your legs are crossed, your hands are crossed. It seems to be a friendly sort of gesture, like, oh yeah, hey, I can help with this, right? With the work, I can help with this. I can do some of this too. But you're sort of sizing that up and looking at it. And I think it comes from a place of history where you are feeling like, I don't know, I've been down this path, right? I've been down this road before, and it wasn't all it was chalked up to be. Not to say that it won't be this time around. I do see the overarching energy here with the death card, where in the upright, what that tells you is something is needing to change, right? Something that was perhaps previously working. Your experience was, golly, that took some skin off me. I think that you're wanting to change something. You're definitely working on something, and you're just not sure if collaborating with these, perhaps if it's a group thing, you're just not sure if these entities or these parties involved here are going to be able to put in, right, what it is that you need to feel good about this. You might be in a position of really thinking, do I just need to go it alone, as you see this guy here. um, and like I say, I think this comes from something in the past that you worked on. I don't know if you ever worked on a project in a group and you end up being the only one who does the work. You're the only one who puts in the effort, who does the work here. And so because of that, it's almost a vibe of, I probably could just keep doing this myself. Um, but you feel the need to change or progress in some manner with the death card. You feel like something old needs to go, right? Something old, something new needs to come in. Whether or not that something new, though, is going to fit the bill for you, give you the warm, fuzzy feeling you're looking for about it, is the question. The Page of Swords here in the reverse, this is lack of give and take information, really. Sometimes this person just stops asking the questions, stop asking for more information in the reverse, and they just say, whatever, I'm just going to then focus on what I'm doing over here. Hey, if these people want to join, if they want to put in now as much as I have in the past, if they want to get their, knuckles and knees a little skinned up from time to time, if they're willing to invest on that level, then okay, then maybe we can do something different. Um, However, I don't see necessarily that you're seeing that action, perhaps to the extent that you'd like to see it just yet. And so, because of that, I think you're holding back here. You seem to be holding back. Now, Page of Swords in reverse sometimes goes along with assumptions too. It's in the upright, it's a card of this person you can see is on guard, but they are watchful because they're studying, they're learning, they're gaining knowledge based on what they hear, based on what their brain has been able to process so far about this. But because it's a page, it's sort of new information and little bits and pieces here. So they're not fully really trusting. They've got that sword up and they're pretty much ready to heck and swing at it if it doesn't if it doesn't come out very nice in the wash, so to speak. In the reverse, this can almost, like I say, be going off of not having the full picture, not having all the information, and in fact, just having assumptions about the circumstance. Maybe you have assumptions about them based on a previous experience. Maybe they do about you, right? Let's take a look here. I'm going to clarify some of these things now. So what I'm going to do is turn this spread around so I've got a better view at it, and shuffle up the cards here just for a minute and pull hopefully 2 or 3 messages for each of these to give you a better overall picture about this circumstance here, Aquarius. Okay, get more information here. All right, going to bring you back up. Okay, and we are going to bring these cards around so they are looking at me the way they came out for you. Let's start with that Page of Swords in the reverse. What does Aquarius need to know about the Page of Swords in reverse here? Okay, you've got at least 2 there that wanted to jump. Anything else? At least 2 that came for that. Bottom of the deck is the 3 of Swords in the reverse. You know, so as I said, I think you got skinned up here, beat up here in the past with something, you know. And group work can certainly do that to you, right? Especially if you're like the only one who cares about something and it really means a lot to you and you're putting a lot of effort into it, but the others are just not, their heart is not in it the way you need them to be successful. So let's take a look what you have here. These 3 clarifiers wanted to jump. You've got the Magician in the reverse. There's the 4 of Cups again. Also, this is now in the upright, 4 of Cups with the Magician in the reverse. And the Lovers, there's the choice, right? Do I, don't I? Do I, don't I? Now, you know, I will say this, with the Magician in the reverse, there's an element of just sort of tricky behavior here. Someone not necessarily being above board with everything. Page of Swords in reverse can be like that, right? Somebody who says one thing but does another, leaves you feeling very untrusting. Okay, this is the clarifying cards that are along here with this Page of Swords. Why is the Page of Swords here? Well, this stuff. Okay, so I do think perhaps you were dealing with something, some circumstance or person that really didn't behave or act completely honestly, above board, using the most fair tactics even. I think that you were looking at this going, man, I don't know. It just doesn't feel very good. It leaves me feeling like every time they approached me, or even if this was you, every time you approached them, they didn't ever give you perhaps even the benefit of the doubt, or they didn't give you a fair shake with the Magician in the reverse. Now, there was a partnership here with the Lovers card. And just as of note, with Gemini, you sometimes will see the Lovers card. Also, with the Magician, you'll see Gemini energy come through. So there is some Gemini here. Not to say you're dealing with one, but you know, perhaps that's helpful to you just as information for this reading. So there is a partnership associated, right, with the current energy of the Page of Swords in reverse that has something to do with people coming together, sort of deciding, yeah, you know, we should go at this together as a couple or as a pair in business. You know, I don't know your story, so give it a name. But again, it left somebody feeling like, yeah, but I'm over here. I'm seeing things as not on the up and up. Some wheelings and dealings, one-sidedness. Somebody was left feeling less than lackluster about the whole thing. Okay. All right. So let's clarify the 8 of Pentacles. What's going on here with the 8 of Pentacles? Why is the 8 of Pentacles here for Aquarius? Okay. You got the High Priestess that popped out. Can we get anything else here? Maybe one or two more for the Eight of Pentacles. What's it doing here? What do we need to know about that? This work, focus. There's focus here. Something that you or somebody else wants to definitely grow. You want to hone your skills. This person is definitely going at something with very much focus and intent, trying to be very diligent and get it just right. And it's tangible, you know. Pentacle energy is something that you can touch, feel, taste, smell. You know, it's something that you feel has value, that you can actually put your sink your teeth into, so to speak. Can I just get one or two more, please, for this Eight of Pentacles? Why is it here for Aquarius? Okay, that wants to come. You got the Fool, and then you've got the Knight of Swords in the reverse. Anything else? Anything else? Okay. All right, Aquarius, at the bottom of the deck, there's the Page of Swords in the upright. There's that study. There is that doing research. There's that checking it out, really eyeballing it, right? Receiving information as well as delivering feedback on that. Okay, but it's bits and pieces as a page. It's not getting the whole Monty, the whole picture. Okay, so here we go. Let's take a look. Eight of Pentacles. The first card that came out with that is the High Priestess. So this is using intuition, right? Your inner knowing about this work, you know, or about going at something, trying to grow it or hone your skill here, hone something, focused energy, get it just right. You, right, what brought you here was something that you felt in your gut could grow into like the Ten of Pentacles, right? The everlasting longevity, you know, if you just put in the work and you just keep your head down and stay focused, your intuition is saying this could really be something, right? So following that, you get the Fool. And it's something I think that you definitely have a desire to go for or did go for. Fool is that let's take this leap of faith. In the Lover's card, there's an element of trust, right? And so you put faith in something, someone, some endeavor, and decided, yeah, let's go for this. Okay. Following that, however, you got this guy here, the Knight of Swords in the reverse. Now, I believe, Aquarius, um, you know, the Knight of Swords is what we say the fastest moving knight. Knights are the doers, shakers, the makers of the deck. They're coming in for a purpose. And the Swords energy, again, is I have an idea. I have the information that I need, right, to go towards something in a very rapid pace. In the reverse, this is sort of haphazard or really not having all the information, and even perhaps some of that information is getting misconstrued or not necessarily truthful. Okay, in the reverse, you can see, for example, if somebody says, yeah, hey, well, we're going to go over here, we're going to build this strip mall. I've got 5 people who are willing to join me and help me with this, and I'm super excited. I've been really honing my architectural and design skills and going at this with a fine tooth comb. I think it could grow. I think it could be great. Let's go for it. And then you got somebody here who's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna help you with that. I can get off work on my other job on Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, even all the way through Sunday, and I'll be right there by your side. We can nail this. We can do this together. And then as it turns out, they're really only going to be there for a day. And you're over here just busting your hump. And you're like, voila. You know, it takes a village. And I cannot do all of this by myself. I'm putting in the effort, but I can't do it all by myself. Well, yeah. No, maybe not this week, but maybe next week I'll do that. Okay. But they get you to go ahead and go for this. So that's sort of what I'm seeing here, right? Currently, you're here working hard on it, right? This is what you're doing. But I cannot say to you that I have a whole lot of, faith in what the other entities, if you're working with somebody else in this whole thing, this whole situation. I cannot say with faith that they're necessarily as knowledgeable as they claim they were, being swords energy, or have the direction that they claimed they had. But they're coming in sort of like, yeah, we got this with the Fool card. It's going to be all brand spanking new, right? Okay, let's take a look now at the Nine of Wands. What's going on here with the Nine of Wands in the reverse? In the upright, again, this is a person who definitely is moving. They've got passion behind them. However, they're making sure they're checking their six, right? Something gave them some battle wounds in the past. I mean, they're sitting here in this card with a bandage over their head. They didn't come this far unscathed. And I think that this person expected, right, to probably take a few knocks. I mean, anything you do great or anything you want to be great, you're going to take a few on the chin. I don't think that there was any, if this is you, on your interpretation that you wouldn't have to take a few from time to time. I just think that you were hoping you wouldn't have to either take some from your own team or that you'd be the only one taking them, right? So that's the thing. Let's take a look. In the Nine of Wands reversed, what are you doing here with this card in Aquarius's reading? Spirit, Nine of Wands reversed. What is this here to tell us for Aquarius today? Nine of Wands in the reverse. It's sort of now a reluctance, right? A reluctance to go forward, but it's also an awareness that you need to keep going. It's just a matter of how do I, right? How do I let go of the suspicions, the concerns in order to get the change in that death card we want? Okay, there's one. Can we get any more information about the Nine of Wands here? Why is it here? Nine of Wands, what do we need to see for Aquarius? Nine of Wands. What do we need to know? Nine of Wands, please. A couple more messages, information about this. Nine of Wands. Okay. Anything else? Justice card just came out. That one wants to come. The Star card in reverse. Anything else? There is the Death card in the reverse. Okay. Bottom of the deck is the Queen of Wands. Okay. This is a fire sign energy in the reverse. So that may or may not mean anything to you, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius with the Queen of Wands. Okay. So here's what I got so far. First card that came out. Ooh-wee. Okay. The Devil. To clarify the Nine of Wands in the reverse. So, and it's in the upright. So this definitely explains you, right? Why you're here with this trepidation, this reluctance now really to either go forward or turn around, break ties and go it alone. So I feel like with the Devil card here, there is this intent to the degree of either obsessive or toxic influence over your decision making process here. Now, what do I mean by that? I mean, when you have put so much effort into something, it's very difficult to let it go, right? You've come so far down the road, and the last thing you want to feel like you need to do is throw your hands up and say, forget it then, right? So it could be very much sort of like the chaining to this thing that's got you feeling stuck, like you just can't get away from it. You've come this far, I guess I'll stick it out, but I'm not really sure how to stick it out. I can't do it by myself. I can't do it all by myself. You understand that vibe? So, you know, every now and again, every now and again, we face circumstances where we have to say, this is not healthy. It's not good for me, whether it's taking too much of my time, too much of my attention, too much of my finances, too much, it's wearing my health out, whatever it is. We all have had those times where we just had a real struggle to see that for what it was and just let it go, just let it go. So that's what I mean by having some sort of an obsessive or toxic connection or tie to this thing, whatever it is. Okay, so your other clarifiers that came out with this, you got the star card in the reverse. Aquarius, this is your reading. This is also your energy that I see here. This is a lack of hope or a lack of feeling like I'm on the right track here, headed towards my North Star. The star card is here to tell you something, even though it's in the reverse, it's here to tell you something, which is, about this toxic energy, right? You do need to make sure that you're headed to your North Star. You do need to make sure that this is really what you want. Is this really what you want? Because being in the Nine of Wands in the reverse, I think you're still contemplating that now. You're kicking it around and you're saying, is the juice worth the squeeze, basically? That comes out in the reverse. And it also is followed by the death card in the reverse. Again, you have the death card in your overarching energy. Now, this is two separate decks. There's a lot of cards in this deck, in these decks. So not a coincidence that you pull the death card in the reverse. Could you be dealing with then a Scorpio or an Aries or a Capricorn? Because those are signs associated with these major arcana here for the devil, the death card, right? Sure, I'm just going to say that because it may mean something to you. But the energy behind this is there is a sort of a chained, I'm feeling chained or in it too deep to walk away situation. It is taking something from me that is becoming toxic. Like I said, your attention, your time, whatever. You know that your North Star is where you need to be headed. You need to be turning your feet in that direction. And in the beginning, I think that you felt like you could, like this was a divinely guided, it's going to make you feel more balanced, more secure, more at peace, right? To go in this direction with this group or whatever. However, now you're not feeling very optimistic, very hopeful. In fact, you might even feel a little lost, like I'm just a little lost now. That's got the death card in the reverse. This circumstance has needed to change for quite some time, but it just isn't. And I think when you see this, there's a strong message here, right? That there's a need to evaluate your own position, not anybody else's, but your own position in this, right? Where do you stand literally in this? Are you standing alone, fighting a battle for something all on your own? And is the juice worth the squeeze really at the end of the day? Now, the final clarifier that came out is the justice card. Okay. This could be associated as well with legal connections, ties to some sort of a legally binding contract or a lawsuit or something where you feel like you're fighting for yourself, you're fighting alone. For example, and I don't necessarily see any cards here that indicate it's a court battle, but it could. I mean, this is your circumstance, so stick it wherever it fits, right? But you might be actually trying to, you know, go the distance against some big entity all on your own, or what seems like a David and Goliath type of circumstance, and you've put so much time and effort into it, you just don't want to quit the fight. You don't want to give up the fight here. Okay. So the justice card in the upright is here to say that, justice is going to be served for all, or at least that's what you're seeking. I want fairness. I want justice, and I'm not going to stop, right? Devil card. I'm not going to stop until justice is served, even if it's killing me, right? You want fairness here. Okay. And you want it to be fair for all. That's the perspective I'm getting with this justice card in the upright. I don't know that you feel that you have been treated fairly. But I think that you definitely want that. And you feel like if you just stay the course, perhaps you'll get it. You'll get it, right? You'll get what your justice is, whatever that is. Okay. So just, word of caution with that because uh it appears to be taking a lot of your time and effort, your finances, whatever you're investing here. It's taking quite a bit from you with the 9 of Wands in the reverse. So contemplate that. Consider your North Star. Consider what's going to be good for you and healthy for you in the long run. And I always say, never be afraid to change your mind. It's your prerogative, it's your life we're talking about here, and nobody else's. So at the end of the day, whatever's going to be best for you, provided we're not running around, doing something criminal to harm anybody else or to be unjust to anybody else, which I see no evidence of that here in these cards. The point is, at the end of the day, you have to do what's right for you, because if you feel like anybody is going to ensure that your life choices being placed in anyone's hands is going to be what's best for you, oh, I mean, I'm pretty sure that the majority of us didn't have that luxury beyond the age of like toddlerism, right? When we had parents and grandparents making sure that our choices weren't going to hurt us or it was going to be okay, most of us anyway. So, yeah, as adults, which we're all adults in here looking at this today, your life is in your hands here. Okay, let's take a look at the Four of Cups. What's going on here with the Four of Cups? You could please give us a couple of messages here. What is the Four of Cups here for Aquarius to say about this? Okay, you got one there. Four of Cups. What's going on here with the Four of Cups for Aquarius? Four of Cups. What's the Four of Cups? We can get one or two more messages, please, for Aquarius. Got this. Page of Swords again. Four of Cups. The Page of Swords. Boy. Page of Swords is out again. One more message, please. That's the third time now we've seen that page show its head. Somebody's looking into something for sure. Looking at it. Combing through the details. What's with this Four of Cups? What are you noticing here about this? The offer. Okay. Anything else? All right. Bottom of the deck is the Page of Cups in the reverse. Ooh, kind of glary. I'm sorry about that. All right. Some what I like to call is just immature, not grown, right? Younger energy here. Could there be youngsters involved that you're concerned about with all of this, like children? I don't know, but I'm just going to talk about the energy of these pages that I'm seeing here now. So, Four of Cups, right? Bottom of the deck, you had the Page of Cups in the reverse. Something is very insincere here. I mean, it comes off as sort of a sweet nothing, really, when the page is in the reverse. A little bit disingenuous, could even be a half-hearted apology, like, yeah, gee, sorry you got left holding the bag. Sorry. But how about this? I take you out to lunch to make up for that, and everything will be okay. Kind of that vibe. All right, so the first clarifier that popped out for you is the Eight of Cups. Okay, so now just look at the image here. I don't even know that I need to describe it too much, but you've got this person who's definitely feeling less than lackluster, right? About how things have gone down and things have been presented, literally, how each of these cups have been presented to you along this pathway here. And you just are not feeling the love. You're just not. And you're feeling like you're doing a lot of work and you're feeling unsupported, but you feel like there's like a cause here that you're chained to with that Devil card. Eight of Cups. right? 8 of Cups, walking away, right? So it's an energy of, how did the 4 of Cups get here? You moved toward, you left something in the past, right? And you, with that Death card in the reverse, you left something in the past and went towards something. Fool card that clarified out earlier, and went towards something. And here you are now sitting saying, what is saying all that in a bag of chips? Had high hopes for it, but not so much now. Now, or perhaps you're still eyeballing that cup and wondering, is it salvageable? Let me look at it. Before I set it down with these other three, is this salvageable before I leave it? Out comes the Page of Swords. Now, in this card, you can see with this page, there's books all over the ground here. So this is definitely a card, as I mentioned earlier, of studying, right? This is sort of being a newbie, having just enough information to be dangerous, they say. You've got just enough just enough information to be dangerous about something. So this person here, this youngster here, is holding this sword. He's just barely learned, right, what a sword can do and how to hold it and how to protect himself with this newfound information or skill set with this sword. But he's not a master. He is not a king, certainly not an emperor. And so if he swings it too soon, hacks at the air, or somebody in front of him is in a haphazard way, could absolutely cause some damage, right? So, you have to be careful then about, when it comes to the Page of Sword, how you're delivering perhaps your messages, how you're thinking things through in terms of, if you're studying or learning something more about this circumstance and what you went towards, or what's still sitting in that 4th cup that's being offered. Careful with your communication is what I want to say with this. Be careful about how you pose the questions so that you can get all the answers that you need to get about this, right? And sort of grow yourself in terms of how you see this offer that's coming at you now. You want to, what do they say? You catch more flies with honey than you do with vinegar, right? So you want to get more information and have that communication happen, but you've got to be careful, right, about how that goes down. Now, the last card that came out is Temperance, and there you go. Temper your emotions, temper your tongue, watch your words, use caution in terms of how fast you start insisting to get more information. Have you ever seen somebody that fires off 9,000 questions in an email, and they want it all, and they want it all right now, and I need to know right now, right now, right now. So you're looking for balance in all of this. It's what lets you to go forward. It's what caused you to learn more about this to begin with. And it's where you think that you can actually gain your footing. Literally, you can see this person's on one leg, gain your footing and get your sense of balance back and your sense of peace. So if this is what you think you can get out of this 4th cup that's being offered to you, the message here is, this is what you're seeking. This is the approach to take now, right? You came from something similar in the past. So we don't want to have any more bang ups, cuts, scars, wounds. We also don't want to feel, you know, like we have to protect ourselves to the degree that we can't get the information, we can't get the insight or the learning in order to get something positive, perhaps from this 4th cup, right? We don't want to get that, we don't want to be that guarded and closed off, right? Um, let's take a look at that Death card as your overarching energy and see where this is now going to take you, the next steps here with this Death card. Tell me about the Death card here. Oh, you actually had another card that came out, and I didn't even see that because it was in the pile here. It's the Knight of Wands. He is in the reverse. Okay, so in the upright here, you have another knight, and this one's on the move. This is fire energy. This is I have got all the fire under my seat to take action. I'm going to take action, right? And they're of the fire energy, like Aries, Leo, Sagittarius type of energy. What this is someone who feels like they can rally the troops with them and bring along their most trusted people, and they'll follow them, right? They're charismatic in nature. Charge, they're charismatic, with heart, go after it with all your gusto you've got. Now, in the reverse, this person could be a little reckless. This is, again, the Knight of Wands is here. It tells you the energy to move forward is here, but how you go about it, right, is where the Temperance card comes in. Careful, have patience. Don't be so guarded. Go ahead and speak up, get the information you want. Page of Swords is sometimes our spy card. Sometimes they're just getting little bits and pieces of information based on what they might see on social media or an article they read, but they're really not getting the whole picture before they take action. They're missing some things. So make sure that you're not being reckless here in your actions. Okay. Um, Death card. Why is it here? What is the Death card here for in the upright? This does speak to change. It speaks to transformation, right? Something old dies and something new then can be reborn. Just like the seasons, you've got the death of the old weeds over the winter months. Up comes the new spring flowers. So let's take a look here. What do we got for the Death card? Okay. I feel like something else popped, but no, it did not. What do we got here for the Death card for Aquarius? This is scorpionic energy. This is digging deep and allowing for what needs to leave so that something new can enter. One more, please, for the Death card. Okay. Anything else? All right. Bottom of the deck is the Wheel of Fortune, right? So timing is everything, right? And Wheel of Fortune in the reverse would indicate sometimes a karmic lesson to pay attention to. And what I mean by that is these are clarifiers. So this is already why the Death card is here. You may have even experienced, right, some karmic energy that probably didn't feel so good with the Nine of Wands in the reverse by having some sort of attachment or communicate or partnership in the past. So I think it's just a message of be sure the timing is right, the people, the circumstances, things are right. And you don't have to feel okay or bad about letting something go that isn't working for you or isn't the right time or isn't healthy. Okay. So let's take a look here about the clarifiers that pop for you. You got the 10 of Cups with the Death card is the first one. This is the card of family, right? And it's a happy family. It is in the upright. So whatever circumstance is happening, this could be affecting you and your family as a unit, right? What is healthy for you to have a happy, healthy family? Okay. What needs to change? What's begging for that so that this can come through? Okay. Family could also be involved here. Also, you've got the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. So this is not feeling as though this individual here um, is financially sound. Now, the Queen of Pentacles in the upright stands on her own, right? So she can fry it up in the pan basically without even breaking a sweat. She holds down her finances as well as her family and her home pretty well, and does it without seeming to break a sweat. They're very good in terms of balancing their finances, their checkbook, you name it. So it is earth energy. It's Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, any one of those could be part of that family dynamic. In the reverse, this person is sort of not very financially stable. In fact, with the devil card there, it could also be sort of a attachment or codependency involved here with this individual. If they are part of your family, where this person is feeling the need to be supported financially in the family somehow, some way, because they don't have what they feel they need. They also don't seem to feel like they should be giving anything. They feel like they're in a position of, I'm not giving a red cent of mine into this dynamic, right? Let's take a look at the last clarifier that came out, and it was the Ace of Swords. This is clarity, cutting through the BS, the truth of the matter, the heart of the situation. All right. So I do feel like you had up to this point, right, needed, or on some level, you got the full picture here. You got enough truth with the Ace of Swords, enough facts related to the family dynamics, who is involved. It could potentially be an earth sign. If this is your energy, you might be feeling this way, but you've got enough of the facts here that tell you this needs to change, right? This dynamic of the happy family is leaving someone feeling as if they're sort of down and out and not capable of supporting anymore, not capable of investing anymore, not capable of matching what the family might need. And this needs to change. Someone says, or I heard someone say one time with the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, that this is sort of the gold digger. And you may have that in your midst. I'm just going to share that with you, because if someone is in the family dynamic that's taking a lot, basically they're in this family or participating in this family because they're going to gain from this. You've gotten that truth, that clarity about that. This needs to change, right? This needs to change because it's putting an undue strain on others who are putting in work here, true blue, trying and putting in their best foot forward, but not seeing the rewards from that on the level that they feel. If this is you, Aquarius, you're not feeling like you're getting your just desserts on the other side of that with the Four of Cups. Okay. I would like to take I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some Kipper cards on this. This is a deck by Sierra Marchetti. This will hopefully maybe give us a little bit more specific information. This deck tends to be pretty specific when it comes to relationships of all kinds. So let's look at these relationships, family dynamics or personal relationships associated with this, and see if we can't get any more details about the next actions associated with that death card, okay? What's going on with this death card? Queen of Pentacles in reverse, the Ten of Cups, and the Ace of Swords. What is potentially coming down the pipeline next now for Aquarius? This transformation about this circumstance that's been needing to change. What's going to change here? Can you tell us more about this Queen of Pentacles in reverse with the Death card, the Ten of Cups, and the Ace of Swords? What is this for Aquarius? Maybe one or two more. Queen of Pentacles in the reverse with the Death card and the Ten of Cups, Ace of Swords. Next steps here. Next steps for Aquarius. Next steps, please. One or two more. Great. Okay. Okay, bottom of the deck is the main female. This could be you, could be the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. We'll see. Okay. Yeah. Ooh wee. Expectation, judication. Now the judication card is showing up in the reverse. That's how it hit the table. I'm going to say that I don't typically read Kipper decks in the reverse. I take them straightforward as they come with the deck. There aren't any reversal meanings. So I just want to show you that because it did land on the table like this. So if that means something more to you, you've got that information. What you have here at the bottom of the deck is a main female, expectation, judication in the reverse. And I'm just here to tell you when it comes to this Queen of Pentacles in the reverse with the Death card, there's something here that's going to change about this circumstance. Okay, there's a transformation that needs to change about this circumstance. I believe that this person could perhaps be connected to your family somehow with the 10 of Cups. I believe that they do have an expectation. This main female, I believe, if this is not you, Aquarius, perhaps is feeling like, hey, I I'm not giving. I'm expecting to get here out of this. Now, if this is you as the main female, you might be feeling like you were shortchanged or are about to be shortchanged. Your expectation is to not have things go in your favor, right? If I turn this card right in the upright, you can see that there are people here. Is there a divorce associated with this? They're sitting in front of a judge. And it's as if the main female here has these expectations that things are going to pan out well for them. So I feel like Aquarius with the Page of Swords, they are coming out so many times. You're looking into this. You may be actually probing, right? If this is a family member, I'll just say this because I'm strongly seeing this. If this is a family member, you might be probing, right? Judge, perhaps the spouse, maybe if it's a brother, your brother is going through this. I don't know, but I'm getting the feeling, Aquarius, that you are trying to get the information that's going to, with this Ace of Swords, cut through the baloney and expose whatever is being expected of, right, by this main female. Like there's something here you want to get down to it and find out what's really going to happen. Okay? Like I said in the previous spread here, you need to be cautious in how you pose your questions. If you are seeking information, okay, if you're wanting to know more information, caution, right, is what it's telling you. Temperance, Page of Swords, Knight of Wands in the reverse. Watch your words, watch how you go for this information, and be prepared as well. You may find out something that you're not really too enthused to see or hear. You have to be prepared for whatever information you do uncover. Okay, because some of this may not be what you were hoping to find out. You have to just prepare yourself for that so that you remain balanced. Okay, you remain balanced here. So I'm not sure, Aquarius, what it is that you or someone you know might be involved with. But I can say overall, as a recap, it appears to be associated with close family ties. There definitely appears to be an understanding, at least initially in the past, about a coming together, and XYZ was going to happen. It looks as though one of you or them, put in a lot of effort, focused time, hard work into this. However, not all parties involved left you feeling well cared for, well protected, like they had your back the way you had theirs, didn't leave you feeling this way. That Devil card here with the Death card, the Justice card, and the Star in the reverse, Aquarius, is telling me, yeah, you may be dealing with a Capricorn, you may be dealing with Scorpio is in here strong, Death card several times. Justice card is here, Libra, you're in here with the Star. Okay, so Aquarius, that is your reading for this week. I'm so grateful to be here reading for you again. As you all know, I am a nurse, and so it does take me away from this love of mine from time to time, but I'm still here. And I look forward to seeing you again next week. And I hope that you have a fantastic weekend, Aquarius, and I will see you then.